most laughable headline of the year. New category. Can't wait to see where this one goes. David Ritter, start us out.
All right, so I took a spin on this. I can't decide whether it's laugh or cry.
Oh,
But,
God.
but the headline that I'm picking is Macy's shares soar on talks of a buyout. So I think, there's two ways to think about this. Like, if you think the buyout is to turn around Macy's, the notion of some financiers turning around Macy's when they've had 18 different transformation efforts happen already is kind of laughable.
It is laughable, yes.
And the sad part about this, though, is I think there's probably a real estate play underway, and it's more about shutting down operations than improving them, which is the sad part of it.
Yeah.
David, can I ask you a question? I was thinking about this story. I was thinking about this when this story broke, and I want to get your consulting opinion on this. Is the timing of this pretty typical, like a new CEO coming in after the previous CEO is exiting or departing or retiring? The activist investors get pretty, excited about the opportunity here. Is that timing pretty common in this sort of thing, or am I reading too much into that as well?
I think leadership changes and inflection points, whether it's an earnings release, tend to be times where activists investigate specific retailers. So I think you're on to something. Although I will say, I think there's kind of there's a pond that activist investors are kind of continually watching, and their sharks kind of
just looking for the right moment to strike, to bite. Yeah, got it. And seeing the chum in the water maybe too. All right, David Brown. Now, David Brown. Yes. What's your most laughable headline of the year?
Yeah, well, this one definitely made me laugh and then cry a little bit. But I read this headline a couple weeks ago that Ozempic is primarily responsible for the retail slowdown this year because people are eating less junk food. And which I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is like the most ridiculous headline I've ever read. Plus, I mean, Ozempic doesn't really work, because as soon as you go off it, you run to the junk store and buy a bunch of food. So if anything, it's a timing issue. But I like if people are relying on a drug to explain your poor results, then you got way bigger problems.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of the season was too hot or too cold kind of announcement in the earnings statement. It's a new version of that. All right, well, mine was, and I don't think this will surprise you, Ann, and I'm curious what you have too, because I have a feeling we might let up on this one, but I think it's the easiest award I've ever handed out, quite frankly. It's when Target CEO Brian Cornell said with a straight face to Courtney Reagan on CNBC recently that shoppers are giving him a big thank you for putting products behind glass, which there's no effing way that's true. Absolutely no way that's true.
That was 100% mine. Like, it was I still can't believe it. And I still get so enraged that was actually allowed to come out of his mouth. Like, no way in hell is anyone thanking you for locking up my Dove soap and making me wait 3 minutes to get that unlocked. Absolutely not.
Right. Yeah. It reminds me of that line in The Departed, the great movie, The Departed, where she says to Leo, honesty is not synonymous with truth. Like, yes, someone may have said that to him at the time, and the SEC is not going to come after him for making false statements, but like, it's no way is that real, that actually is how people feel. So it's just downright laughable in my opinion.